Something huge is happening right now in the world of manufacturing. We're in the middle of a change so fundamental it might just be the fastest revolution the industry has ever seen. And forget everything you think you know about faster robots or bigger assembly lines. We're talking about giving the factory itself a brain.
You know, for the better part of a century, manufacturing felt kind of stable, right? Sure, machines got a little better, a little more automated, but the core logic was always the same. It was a predictable, step-by-step process designed and run by humans. Well, that long era of slow, steady change, it's over.
So on the one hand, you've got the traditional factory. We know how it works, it's designed by people, it follows a strict set of rules, and its limits are pretty well defined. But on the other hand, is a giant question mark, because what's coming next isn't just a simple upgrade. No, this is a whole new species of system, one that's built from the ground up on intelligence itself.
Okay, so before we can really get into where we're going, we have to talk about why the old playbook just doesn't work anymore. Why it's officially hit a wall.
It all comes down to one simple, powerful word: bottleneck. I mean, think about it. The thing that used to be automation's greatest strength, that rigid, predictable, rule-based system, has now become its fatal flaw. In today's world, it's just too slow, too fragile, too inflexible to keep up.
And here's why. Traditional automation is basically a script. It's brilliant when everything goes exactly to plan. But let's be real, when does that ever happen anymore? Your supply chain is a roller coaster, customer demand goes up and down like crazy, a critical part shows up 2 days late, energy prices double overnight. Any one of these things breaks the script. And what happens then? The entire line grinds to a halt, just waiting for a person to come in and fix the mess.
So if the old way is broken, what's the fix? Well, this is where the whole idea of an AI factory, pioneered by NVIDIA, completely changes the game. And I mean, this is a total rethink of how we do things.
First off, an AI factory is not just a building with some robots in it. It's more like a central nervous system. It's this incredible combination of massive computing power, thousands of sensors all feeding it data, and this amazing concept called a digital twin. That's basically a perfect, living, virtual copy of the entire factory. And with that copy, it can run simulations to see problems before they even happen and change course instantly.
Okay, so let's walk through how this actually works. First, the system is just sucking in data from everything, everywhere, all the time. Then it pumps all that live info into its digital twin to run simulations of what's coming next. The AI models then scan those simulations and basically predict the future. Like, hey, that machine is going to break down in 3 hours, or we're about to run out of this part. And the best part? The whole system just adapts on its own. No human intervention needed.
You see the difference? We're moving from a world of reacting to problems to one where we predict and prevent them entirely. The factory isn't just a collection of machines anymore, it's a single thinking organism. This is, and this is not an exaggeration, manufacturing that actually thinks for itself.
Now you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds incredible. Why didn't we do this years ago? And that's a fair question. The answer is, we've just hit this perfect storm, a powerful convergence of technology and economics that's making it all possible right now.
It really comes down to three key things, three massive forces that all slammed together at the same exact moment. And together, they've made the AI factory not just a cool idea, but an absolute inevitability. Number one, we finally have the horsepower. I mean, the sheer, raw computing muscle to run these insane AI simulations in real time. That just wasn't possible before. Number two, data everywhere. Sensors have gotten so cheap we can stick them on everything, which means we can finally get the fire hose of data you need to train these AIs. And number three, the competition is just brutal. We're at a point where a tiny efficiency gain isn't just a nice bonus. It's the difference between being a market leader and being a member.
But look, this is about way more than just making stuff a little bit faster. This technology is a game changer. It completely rewrites the rulebook for how countries and companies compete on a global scale. And this chart right here shows you exactly what I mean. See that flat line? That's your traditional company, making these small, predictable gains. But the other line? That's the AI factory. It's not just improving, it's learning. Every single day it gets smarter. Its advantages don't just add up, they compound. The gap between them doesn't just get wider, it gets wider faster until it's just impossible to close.
And that's the cold, hard truth of where we're heading. Being pretty good is not good enough anymore. If your competition has a factory that can think, and you don't, you're not just falling behind, you're becoming a fossil.
For like 100 years, we've measured a nation's strength based on things like cheap labor or access to raw materials. Forget that. That's the old world. The new dividing line, the new source of economic power, is pure intelligence. Who can build the smartest systems, that's who wins.
But there's something else going on here, something deeper. It's less about the tech itself and more about power and control. It's a quiet shift for sure, but it's a permanent one. And it's all about who gets to call the shots in the future of making things.
I mean, just think about what it takes to build one of these things. You need an absolutely staggering amount of money for computing power, you need long-term vision, massive infrastructure. This isn't something you can just whip up in a garage. By its very nature, this tech favors the big players, the ones with deep pockets. And that means power is going to get concentrated in the hands of a very select few.
So when you boil it all down, here's what you need to remember. The game has changed. It's not about who has the most robots anymore. The real competition is about who can build the most intelligent system. We're moving from just automating repetitive tasks to integrating true intelligence into everything we do. And the craziest part? This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. Which leaves us with one big question to chew on. Is this just another step in the evolution of industry, like going from steam power to electricity? Or are we looking at something else entirely? A genuine breaking point where any company, any country that doesn't have this kind of intelligence is just left in the dust forever.